Green Bay Wacky. I do news, comedy skits, how-to videos, original music videos, and fun and interesting live streams. You gotta go to my playlist. Green Bay Wacky is on all social media platforms. Support me by subscribing, becoming a monthly member, go to my About page for merchandise, or simply share my videos. Hey, it's Green Bay Wacky. I want to bring you a story, and I want to give you some information, so please watch this whole video, or you will not get the information that you'll need towards the end of the video. It's about a story. Look, you know, I've been following the news for the past 6 months on this whole coronavirus COVID-19 crisis, and the question is coming up more and more and more, is the government going to force mandatorily for you, an individual, to take a vaccine? And a lot of people I talk with are like, oh, that'll never happen. That'll never happen. Well, number one, I told people that the United States of America would never go into lockdown and destroy all these small businesses and livelihoods of Americans everywhere. That happened. Let me make my case. I'll show you a story, and I'm going to give you some education because this is becoming dominating in the headlines, but I don't think you're seeing it. Let me start with Virginia, and let me make my case here and give you some education. Here's just a few headlines. I can't share everything with you that I know. It was already starting back in May, COVID-19 behind us with being vaccinated. They're trying to turn this into a national pride issue. You're un-American if you don't take a vaccine. This was from National Geographic. That other article there, by the way, the first one, that was just in state news, just to give you the references. How it could play out to make it mandatory for you to take this vaccine. Now, this is the new story, and you're going to get some information. You're going to have to know. Stay with me. Virginia Commissioner of Health says he'll mandate a COVID-19 vaccine, and the bill could allow some to opt out. They're trying to they just kind of under their breath, like, well, we might make some people not take it on religious grounds, that kind of thing. But, you know, it's like, come on. Are they really going to go that route? Are they really going to allow that? Yeah, said right there, this is Norman Oliver, about mandating coronavirus vaccinations if he has his way. Now, it's dominating the news right now, Virginia Commissioner. It's also other states, too. This is just one of many. Also, this was Australia's Prime Minister, Scott Morrison. He wants mandatory vaccines, but he got so much blowback recently. Within 24 hours, he changed his tune, tried to make it like, well, it might not be mandatory. But let me give you some background on what they're planning on doing. Now, here's the thing you need to know. Here's where I educate you. They're all trying to quote this case from a freaking 115 years ago. It's the 1905 Supreme Court case. Now, you might have saw Jason Goodman's crowdsourced The Truth interview with Alan Dershowitz. I did. He quoted the case. He said it's compulsory, that you are going to be held down, stuck with needles if you refuse to take the vaccine, because it's a matter of public health. But we're going to address that in just a minute. This is the case you need to study. I've watched documentaries on it. I know a lot about this case. Jacobson versus Massachusetts. 1905, a community tried to force him to take a smallpox vaccine. And what they're not really telling you was that if you refused to take it, it was a $5 fine. That might be the equivalent of $200. He didn't feel he needed it. He had adverse reactions to other vaccines in the past. But here's another thing they're not telling you. You're going to have to know about this because they are trying to use this case to get their way, to put in your body whatever you want. Again, no medical advice. Remember something about the smallpox vaccine. At the time that case happened, it had been around for 105 years. 105 years. So tell me how you can compare this case here, fighting a smallpox vaccine that's been around for 105 years, and comparing that with a brand new vaccine. Not only is it brand new, it's a brand new technology, RNA vaccine, which has never been approved to be put in a human body. But yet the government is trying to float this idea, you're un-American if you don't take this vaccine. Bill Gates, in an interview the other day, said you're going to need 5 shots or more yearly. 5. Shot after shot after shot after shot. And all your children are going to need them to go to school. What they're talking about is it's already, I just did a video, Massachusetts voted for mandatory flu shots for children in order to go to school. This is getting pretty scary. Very scary. The story, I want to educate you with Jacob versus Massachusetts, because that's what they're hanging this whole idea. They're trying to float this idea daily in the headlines. You're not American if you don't take this. Now, I raise a couple questions here. Number one, follow me on this. The whole idea of protecting the community, and, you know, they always say the public, the whole community. My argument is this. How do you even have a community or a public, okay, if we as individuals don't have rights? So if the community doesn't have individual rights, if the population does not have individual rights, how do you even form a community, a consensus, when we all have no rights? What is that, a mob mentality? Number two, what I don't understand, simple basic question. The vaccine works, right? You take it. You want to take it? Go ahead, take it. If it works so great for you, why do you care if you're around someone that doesn't take it? You're protected, right? Would you be admitting that it doesn't work? Just questions I want you to think about. So I just want to let you know, get ready for a fight if you're someone that's not planning on taking this vaccine. They floated the idea of taking away our rights, that you'll be locked in your home. They'll deliver groceries to you if you don't take the vaccine. You won't be able to work. You won't be able to go out to any stores. You won't be able to go to ball games. You won't be able to go to movie theaters. Nothing unless you have a certificate of vaccination. And you can go Google that. They are floating that idea. Nothing's in stone yet, but it's coming. And I don't know where this is going to go when the government starts saying you must have this vaccine. You must put it in your body. Last I heard, this was my body. Your body is your body. For the government to dictate what you're going to actually shoot into your own physical veins, this is pretty scary. I'm scared. I think a lot of you are scared. A lot of questions. I just want you to be aware of it. It's coming. It's coming. It's not conspiracy theory. It is slowly creeping in, headline by headline, state by state, mandatory, mandatory, mandatory. They're playing with the word play. First they're saying, yeah, well, maybe it won't be, but then you can't do anything. Or well, maybe religious grounds could get you off. Maybe. It's a maybe. Maybe. You know how that goes. Maybe. That's just like to make you feel better while they pass some kind of law that says, nah, we just changed our mind on that. I report it. You decide. Green Bay Wacky out.